What if I told you that a single hospital visit in the United States can quietly erase years of your savings, even when you have health insurance? $10,000, $20,000, sometimes $50,000 or more. Not because you were reckless, not because you ignored your health, but simply because you trusted the system. This happens every single day in America. Someone wakes up in real pain, the kind that makes your heart race and your thoughts spiral. Fear takes over. Fear of what might be wrong, fear of waiting too long, fear of not making it through the night. So they do what we are all told to do. They do the responsible thing. They go to the hospital. And weeks later, their entire financial life changes because of a piece of paper. A hospital bill so large it doesn't feel real. A bill that makes your chest tighten in a completely different way. A bill that forces a terrifying question into your mind. How am I supposed to pay this? If you live in the United States, or someone you love does, this video could save you thousands of dollars and months of stress. Because here's the truth most people don't realize until it's too late. Health insurance in the USA does not automatically protect you from massive hospital bills. Let me tell you a story that feels uncomfortably familiar. David is an ordinary guy, early 40s, works full-time. He pays his health insurance premium every single month without fail. He believes he's doing everything right. One night, David wakes up with severe chest pain. It's sharp, it's tight. His mind immediately goes to the worst place. What if this is a heart attack? He thinks about his family, his job, his future. He doesn't hesitate. He goes straight to the emergency room. Doctors rush him in. Nurses move quickly. Tests are ordered. David spends the night under observation, barely sleeping, staring at the ceiling, wondering what comes next. Thankfully, it's not a heart attack. The doctor tells him he's stable, he's safe, he's lucky. David goes home exhausted but grateful. Grateful to be alive. Grateful he listened to his body. Grateful he had health insurance. 3 weeks later, an envelope arrives. At first, he barely looks at it, assuming it's just paperwork. He opens it casually. Then he sees the number, $27,843. For a moment, his brain refuses to process it. His heart sinks harder than it did in the emergency room. He laughs nervously. This has to be a mistake. No one pays that much with insurance. He calls the hospital. They politely tell him to call his insurance company. He calls his insurance company, gets put on hold. Soft music plays. Minutes stretch on. Finally, someone answers. And then he hears the words that millions of Americans hear every year. Your claim was partially denied. The hospital was in network. The emergency room was in network. But the doctor who treated him? Out of network. David didn't choose that doctor. He didn't sign anything agreeing to that doctor. He didn't even know the doctor's name. Yet now, he owes over $14,000. This is what people mean when they talk about surprise medical bills. And here's the brutal truth. This system is legal, and it's common. More than 1 in 5 insured Americans receives a surprise hospital bill. Medical debt is one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in the United States. These are not people without insurance. These are insured, working, responsible people. People like David. People like you. But here's the part no one explains clearly enough. Most hospital bills are not final. Most claim denials can be challenged. And most people overpay simply because they don't know what to do next. That moment, when you feel confused, overwhelmed, and powerless, is exactly when the system expects you to give up. That's where this changes. The first thing you need to understand is your policy. Not when you're sick. Not when you're scared. Now, health insurance plans are built around confusing language on purpose. Deductible. Out-of-pocket maximum. Co-insurance. In-network. Out-of-network. Most people believe insurance starts paying immediately. It doesn't. If your deductible is $5,000, you pay the first $5,000 of covered care yourself. Only then does insurance begin to share the cost. And if something is out of network, that protection shrinks fast. You don't need to memorize your entire policy, but you must know these numbers. Because hospitals know them, insurance companies know them, and they use that information every day. The second thing that matters, more than most people realize, is what happens after the bill arrives. When a claim is denied, panic sets in. People assume denial means final. It doesn't. Insurance companies deny claims all the time, hoping you won't appeal. Appeals work. Not every time, not instantly, but often enough to matter. You have the right to ask for a detailed explanation of the denial. You have the right to submit an appeal. You have the right to request a full, itemized bill from the hospital. That itemized bill is powerful, because when every charge is broken down, patterns appear. Duplicate charges. Services you never received. Incorrect billing codes. This is not rare. Hospitals make billing errors every day, and those errors cost patients thousands. When you question them, something interesting happens. The bill often goes down, sometimes by hundreds, sometimes by thousands. And if you're thinking, I don't know how to do this, here's the truth. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to ask. Ask for the itemized bill. Ask what each charge means. Ask if there's a self-pay discount. Ask about financial assistance, even if you think you won't qualify. Many hospitals quietly reduce bills for patients who speak up. Another critical step people miss is timing. Medical bills move slowly until they don't. Ignore them, and they move fast toward collections. But respond early, and you gain leverage. You can request payment plans. You can negotiate. You can pause collections during an appeal. Silence helps the system. Action helps you. There's also something important to understand about emergencies. In many situations, emergency care must be treated as a network under federal law, even if the provider wasn't. This is where knowing your rights changes everything. When you document calls, when you follow up in writing, when you reference the law, you stop being invisible. You become difficult to ignore. And that's when outcomes change. Now let me say something emotional, but true. Medical bills don't just hurt bank accounts. They steal sleep. They strain marriages. They damage mental health. People carry shame over something they didn't cause. They delay care next time out of fear. They choose pain over debt. That's not weakness. That's survival. But it shouldn't be this way. And while we can't fix the entire system today, you can protect yourself inside it. You can slow it down. You can push back. You can reduce the damage. You can stop assuming the first bill is the final bill, because most of the time, it isn't. If this video made you think of a bill sitting unopened, or a phone call you've been avoiding, pause, take a breath, then take one step. One phone call, one question, one appeal. That single step can be the difference between drowning and breathing again. If this helped you even a little, stay connected. Subscribe, because this channel exists to protect your money, your peace, and your future. Comment below if you've ever faced a hospital bill that shocked you. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And share this with someone who needs it more than they'll admit. Because next time, we are going even deeper. We'll expose the biggest mistakes people make before choosing a health insurance plan, and how those mistakes quietly cost tens of thousands later. Most people never see it coming. But you will. Stay with me.